76ers host the Toronto Raptors. The city getting the blanket of snow overnight. The city of brotherly love ready to host the Toronto Raptors. Their starting lineup: Morris Peterson, the rookie, starts for the 9th time. 37-year-old Oakley, and in the middle, Antonio Davis having an outstanding season. In the backcourt, Vince Carter and the veteran Mark Jackson, his first year as a Raptor, among the league leaders in assists. And the Philadelphia 76ers will counter with this starting lineup: George Lynch, Theo Ratliff, who leads the NBA in block shots, and Tyrone Hill. In the backcourt, Allen Iverson, 4th in the league in scoring, and Aaron McKee, who has taken over the point guard spot in the absence of the injured Eric Snow and doing an outstanding job. Larry Brown, the veteran coach of the 76ers. He is in his 18th season as a head coach, suffering from a little case of the flu, but on hand for today's game. And of course, Lenny Wilkens, the coach of the Toronto Raptors. 1,200 wins for the great Lenny Wilkens. And before the tip, there's Lenny. Let's check in with Lewis Johnson.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Before the game, I talked to Larry Brown and asked him how much does the now stable relationship that they own. And he said the story really goes back to the summer and Allen Iverson deciding that he had to take control of the issues that were between them, like accountability and showing up for practice now. He says Iverson now is doing the right things. He's showing that he's a leader. He's easy to coach. Now they talk about basketball issues and not all of this other junk that was between the two of them. One quick note on Iverson and the injury. I talked to him before the game. I asked him if he was anywhere near 100%. He said no, not anywhere close. And his problem throughout the week was being able to cut back and forth left and right. So he said he'll have to see as the game starts how that knee will hold up during this game. Tom?
All right, Lewis, thank you very much. And Iverson's ability to cut, of course, a big part of his game, so we'll keep an eye on that early.
Well, the one thing that's going to be important for Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers is to be able to control Vince Carter at their defensive end of the floor. If Carter is able to shake loose, it won't matter whether he got left or right, because then, they're going to have a difficult time controlling perhaps a bigger team. I like the Philadelphia 76ers in the fact that as a team, they epitomize what a team is supposed to do. When one player is down, someone steps in, picks up, and that's why they have the best record in the NBA.
They've won 5 in a row. They have the best record in the NBA. They're 13-5 at home. Toronto 9-11 on the road. They've lost 6 straight to Philadelphia, but Toronto has taken 5 of their last 6 games overall. Philly's ball to open.
Tom, as Lenny said, they're starting to play better, and they feel that he's got a good combination of young and old out on the floor, so this team is only going to get better in the second half.
Theo Ratliff. Alonzo Mourning, of course, out of action this season, but is the leading vote-getter at center for the East All-Star team. But Ratliff is second and leading the NBA in blocks and expected to get a spot on that All-Star team. Muscling it in is Antonio Davis, another center that's having an outstanding campaign in his second season with Toronto, the former Indiana Pacer.
Theo Ratliff has become more of an offensive threat and trying to score on his first 2 possessions. Misses that one, but he has gotten better. His confidence is higher.
Carter missing the 3. He's been shooting very well from 3-point range, about 42% on the season, but that one won't go down. Toronto unable to save it. Philadelphia gets it back. Aaron McKee at the point with Eric Snow having the stress fracture in his right ankle and not expected back anytime soon. And McKee has done an outstanding job. Here's Iverson against Mark Jackson. The double team comes and he floats it in. Allen Iverson's first bucket.
Well, that answers all of the stuff about
that answers the answer.
Whether he's going to cut or whether he's going to do anything. This is one of the toughest guys in the NBA, and later on we'll show you some of the numerous injuries he suffered just this season and how he bounces back.
Peterson penetrated, kicked it off, but Davis couldn't get the shot away. Here is Peterson, left hand, and draws pushed off with that offhand. So that's the first foul on Mo Pete, as they call him, Morris Peterson.
Iverson danced a little with the ball and then floated through the air to get his first bucket. And what Allen Iverson has done better this year is make better decisions, when to shoot and where to shoot and how to attack. And he's a much more efficient scorer than he was in past years.
Here he is again against Mark Jackson. fall away is good. Allen Iverson, he's 2 for 2.
You know, and really the book on Iverson has been through most of his career. He has terrific first and second quarters and sometimes struggles in the second half of the game. So he's gotten better at being consistent through the 4 quarters. Illegal defense, Allen Iverson.
That's the first illegal defense called against the Sixers.
Now, this is a tough matchup for Mark Jackson for the one reason. His job is to keep him in front of him, and Iverson is quick enough and explosive enough to get up in the air and still be able to get a shot away. But you'll take that option as opposed to Iverson driving the bucket.
And, of course, on the other end, Jackson, with his famous post-up game, can take advantage of the size mismatch against Iverson as Charles Oakley, 37 years old, pumps in his first shot. Iverson off the screen, got an open look. He's hit his first 3.
This is the way he was in Cleveland when he got to 54. Now watch out. He was making everything, and it looks like he's off to a great start. And all of those are 15-footer Carter answered.
So Vince Carter hits his first basket. And the Raptors back within 2. So the 2 superstars heating it up early. Tyrone Hill on the high post. Backdoor cut. McKee laid it in from Hill.
And that's where they've improved. Even though Iverson still scores the greater percentage of the points, they get other people involved in the game, and they get them the kind of offensive tries that they keep them focused defensively. Because if you don't get to touch the ball pretty soon, you don't want to guard anybody.
McKee deflects it out of bounds.
Iverson is a guy that can make his own way. This time they give him a little help in his screen and he pops that one down, but he stayed in that medium range area, and then ball movement, player movement results in an easy 2 for Aaron McKee.
Shot clock at 5. 3 to shoot. Oakley missed everything. And Allen Iverson quickly to Hill. Tyrone Hill beating the defense. Iverson spotted him.
Now, of the 2 teams, the Philadelphia 76ers are going to be the one that breaks out the most. Now, they'll try to control the board, they'll try to force the turnovers, and then they'll try to sprint to the other end of the floor.
Philadelphia's hit 6 of its first 7 shots. Carter with that miss, 0 for 2 from behind the arc.
Yeah, the only one that has not got to touch it is George Lynch. They're trying to send him into the post now.
There he is against the rookie Peterson. And it rolled off, tapped by Ratliff, no good. And underneath, last hit by Mark Jackson, and Philly gets it back.
Well, Allen Iverson on display here early. Good rebound and a better outlet, and Tyrone Hill gets on the scoreboard as a result.
Antonio Davis called for his first foul.
Tyrone Hill is doing a great job on the offensive glass, and Davis is going to have his hands full. They come back to Lynch.
George Lynch, and 1.
Lenny Wilkins knows a team that's sharing the wealth against you is going to be difficult to shut down. All 5 starters now in the scoring column for the Philadelphia 76ers.
And Morris Peterson has picked up his 2nd foul with 7:37 left in the opening quarter. Lynch completes the 3-point play, and Philly has its biggest lead, 15-6.
You know, but what's most interesting about the Sixers this year is everybody looks at them and says they're 30-9, and how are they doing it? Because they aren't that good. Everybody says they aren't that good, but they just keep winning. And we have seen an example of it here early in the ball game where they keep everybody involved, and that's one of the ways you can become a good team. Mark Jackson with a little pork chop here as Iverson keeps in front, and then he's going to push off.
That was a pretty good little flop as one of the newest Raptors, Tracy Murray, enters the game. 6'7" in his 9th season from UCLA. Came over in the trade with the Nuggets on January 12th.
That's Golden Globe Award.
Philadelphia's in the midst of a 7-0 run. The Golden Globes coming up on NBC. We never miss a chance for a promo. Lynch stays after it.
Tough break for Lynch. You know, picked that ball up and a little bit out of control, gets an offensive foul. Oh, no, it's Theo Ratliff that gets the foul.
First 76er foul of the game.
Tracy Murray is a great perimeter shooter, but streaky, and when he gets started, he's terrific. He had his best year ever when he came over to the Toronto Raptors before going to the Washington Wizards, but he's trying to find a new home back in Toronto.
Three-pointer by Murray is no good. Antonio Davis, offensive rebound, and he'll shoot two. You mentioned Tracy Murray. That was in 95-96 in Toronto when he averaged 16 points and 4 rebounds a game. Second foul there on Theo Ratliff, the NBA's top rejecter this season. Ratliff averaging about 4 blocks a game, tops in the league.
And George Lynch put his hand up, tried to take the foul, and the official wouldn't have any of it. So Ratliff is out, and Todd McCullough comes in the ball game.
McCullough, the 7-footer in his second season from Washington. Antonio Davis, first free throw good. After the game, log on to NBA.com and create your own Vince Carter or Allen Iverson highlight package on My Highlights. That's NBA.com, your ultimate online site for all things NBA. Free throws make it 15-8 Philadelphia.
Now the task for the Raptors is to get some pressure on the ball. Right now the Sixers are able to move the ball too freely. Iverson thought he got fouled on the play. No whistle for him.
That was his first miss of the game. Antonio Davis against the 7-footer McCullough. Came up short, rebounded by Lynch. McKee gets it in the hands of Iverson.
And they back up. They got a mismatch for Aaron McKee against Mark Jackson in the post. That's where they like to take advantage of his size. He delivers.
And McKee says that often he tells us that the other team will switch their bigger guards to Iverson, which leaves a mismatch for him. And there he was able to take advantage of it. Aaron McKee, 22nd timeout taken by Toronto.
Now, one thing that the Toronto Raptors are going to have to do here is get Vince Carter in the game. I mean, he's only had a couple of shots. Both of them have been from the perimeter, as opposed to the 76ers, who got Allen Iverson off very quickly, and when the ball gets in his hands, now there's some reaction to it, and other people are getting easier opportunities.
Carter has gotten 3 shots, and 2 of them behind the three-point arc. He's 1 of 3. And who could forget this summer in Sydney, this dunk over the French player 7'2", as he soared in for the slam, and everyone was talking about that all over Sydney for days.
And Frederick Weiss, and he's a property of the New York Knicks. He may not want to come.
No, he's seen enough.
And I might have told him that's just too much. You know, we see the numbers that these guys have been throwing up. Allen Iverson the last time out had 44, and Vince Carter, terrific effort in leading the U.S. to a gold medal win.
Thus far in the first quarter, Toronto's only 3 of 8, 38% shooting, while Philly's 8 of 13, 62%. Carter, he's 2 for 4 now, and just as you said, they have to get him the ball, get him the shots, and he delivers to pull him within 7.
You know, sometimes players forget, and you know, what really makes the game easy.
Maybe we should show them that highlight. They wouldn't forget.
On the way to the hoop, and Allen Iverson gets bounced by Charles Oakley and Mark Jackson.
And with 5:35 left in the opening quarter, Mark Jackson has picked up his second foul, and the Sixers lead by 7.
Let's try this again. Here we are.
Drinking Miller Lite.
Watching football.
Shopping for curtains.
We don't shop for curtains.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
no,
Eric?
no, I think I got it, yeah.
We're bench pressing.
Watching mud wrestling. We're hitting the hoops, man.
Yeah, filling up the potpourri.
Got a friend who's whipped? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Hi, guys. Make sure they use the coasters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jeep Grand Cherokee, our most capable 4x4 ever. This is the season to visit your local Jeep dealer.
First quarter, Philadelphia leads Toronto by 7. Allen Iverson has hit 3 of his first 4 shots to lead Philadelphia. Playing with a bruised left knee that kept him out of action on Friday.
Well, what part of Allen Iverson isn't bruised?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's consistent, but I think he sets the tone for playing with injuries and pain. Allen Iverson doesn't like to miss games. He was supposed to miss 6 to 8 weeks earlier with the dislocated shoulder and missed a day.
In addition to his good shooting to open the game, he has a couple of assists and a rebound. In fact, everybody for the Sixers is shooting well. George Lynch puts that one in. He has 5 points.
Alvin Williams in the ball game, a little bit quicker in terms of reacting, and we'll find out how he does against Allen Iverson as the Sixers rebound.
Hill with the outlet to McKee. McKee all the way. Dish to McCullough for the jam. Once again, the Toronto defense caught napping.
Yeah, you know, the first rule of defense is to get to the guy with the ball and stop him. Aaron McKee saw a seam of daylight and pushed it, and there was Todd McCullough on the other end.
Alvin Williams being checked by Iverson. Oakley with a screen. And on the low post, Antonio Davis. Nice shot, Antonio Davis. Davis averaging 13 points, 11 rebounds a game, 7th in the league in rebounding. He's had 19 double-doubles, and he's hoping for an all-star berth.
And just remember, Tom, the first time we came in here with Allen Iverson, he did everything. You know, he took every shot, and he had to make all of the plays, and he didn't have any help. And now he's doing everything, but he's got help. 8 points here in the first quarter for Iverson.
On 4 of 5 shooting, and he certainly likes to light it up on national TV. That's why everyone knew he wouldn't miss this game. Davis, tough shot. Davis splits defenders and reverses it through. Antonio has 8.
Turned an ankle.
And he's still down, as you see. And McKee, it's like he took a shot.
Just when things are starting to get ripe for the Toronto Raptors, and they've been nicked with injuries all year long, on a tough play, you get Davis diving through the lane and spinning and twirling. And then coming down, I think, on the foot of Tyrone Hill, as you saw him buckle a little bit, and they're waiting.
And while they tend to Antonio Davis, we'll take a break. 4:04 left, first quarter. Sixers lead it over the Raptors.
Hey, Rhonda! It's me, Anthony! You want to get together later? The doctor said it's not contagious.
Now, Sprite.com makes it easier to buy just about anything you want. Under every cap is a free Sprite or Rocket Cash. Online money you can use through Sprite.com. Drink Sprite, get Rocket Cash. Buy what you want.
The new 200 horsepower Sebring convertible.
Hey everybody, this looks like fun. How much is this airline paying you people to sit here?
What? You're paying them? You mean like those people who pay for internet access?
Why do that when you can just log on to Net Zero? It's fast, reliable, and it's totally free. You'll never find a better service. Ever, ever, ever.
Net Zero, not just free internet access, the best internet access.
The XFL, real football, where everything is push. to the extreme. The XFL on NBC, February 3rd.
Just moments ago, Antonio Davis being helped to the Toronto locker room after being injured. What kind of a contribution had Antonio made? Well, 8 of the Raptors' 14 points, all 3 of their rebounds, and he got Theo Ratliff in early foul trouble, so making a huge contribution to open the game, and he's gone to the locker room.
Well, let's hope that it's not very serious and that he may be able to return, and if he's out, he's not going to be out for a long period of time. Cleon Clark has taken his place, a new acquisition in the trade with Kevin Willis with the Denver Nuggets.
Iverson missing that one, long rebound, taken by Williams. Oakland might have gotten away with steps there as he came to a stop. Williams penetrates. Here's Clark, and he draws the foul. Clark in his 3rd season from UNLV, 6'11". This will be his 5th game as a Raptor.
Clark is a great shot blocker off the ball. He's pretty quick and elusive. When you look at him, you think, well, with those legs, he's not going to be able to stick around very long.
Pictures, eh?
But, you know, he's wiry, strong. So Lenny Wilkins really likes him and thinks that he's got tremendous upside. McCullough out of the ball game. Tony Kukoc in.
First appearance for Kukoc. Comes with 3:40 left in the first quarter.
A little bit quicker player to go against the quickness of Clark. Hill the rebound.
23-15 Philadelphia. McKee directing traffic. And now takes Carter one-on-one. Aaron McKee over Vince Carter. He has a half dozen points.
Aaron McKee's confidence at his highest point as a pro. He knows that Larry Brown really appreciates everything he does. Carter.
Yeah, well, right back at you, Vince Carter. And Carter now with 7.
But again, if Toronto is to have an impact on these guys, they got to stop the ball. And right now, they're not able to.
Williams got a quick look at the backside of Allen Iverson as he took it to the rim. And Iverson in double figures first quarter.
Now, watch and notice how much harder they're going to make Vince Carter work to get his hands on the ball than Allen Iverson has had to. And right here, McKee keeping Carter right in front of him, but that's the one thing about Carter. He can lace you and be the same size, and that's the difficult part of defending him. And Iverson on the cut to the bucket, an easy 2.
Tyrone Hill committing his first foul. Lynch breaks up the pass. Here's Iverson in a hurry. All the way, Iverson got it! And 1.
I thought he was worried about cutting. I thought he was running about all these other things, and you put him out here, and this is one tough guy. He comes with a lot of heart, a lot of energy, got the crowd on their feet, and a chance for a 3-point play for Allen Iverson.
And he gets the free throw. Iverson with 13 points on 6 of 8 shooting. When you run that fast, you don't have to cut. You just leave everybody behind. Carter draws the double team. Dribbles his way out of it, and then it comes again. Tries to find the open man, Murray, instead sails it into the second row.
And that's going to be the challenge for Carter and the Raptors, to get some people cutting to the basket and not have to play out on the perimeter for the entire ball game.
2 minutes left in the quarter. Here's Iverson again. Tapped in by Tyrone Hill. Hill was way up there. Carter double team. Kukoc comes to double. Leaves Williams open. His shot good. That time Carter found the open man and Williams connected with his first basket. It's 32-12. That stops a 7-0 Philadelphia run.
And the best way to describe the Raptors defense is watching. I was watching my man, but I wasn't guarding my man. And the results are 34 points for the Sixers here so far.
Tyrone Hill is 3 for 3.
They see how they're coming at Vince Carter. They're making him give the ball up right away. Another turnover.
5th Toronto turnover.
Iverson down the lane, and you'll watch the defense react, and that's going to let Tyrone Hill come right in and tap it in. So Hill's had a great start on the offensive glass.
Inside the final minute of the first quarter.
And Kukoc wants to get some of this.
Clark. He's about the only one that hadn't gotten a little taste as McKee, that's too easy, lays it in. Aaron McKee has hit all 4 of his shots.
Well, you know, Tom, you're a master griller, and you know how it is to mix and mash and put all those sauces on. So the Sixers, they have it going right now. They are grilling the Raptors. Iverson reaches in.
They've got both sides of that grill on. They've turned the heat up. 31.8 seconds left in what has been a marvelous offensive quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers. And Toronto sleepwalking through the first period.
The crowd does not like that call against George Lynch, but he's leaning all over a aggressive driving Vince Carter, and that will get him a trip to the line. Brown doesn't like the call as well. Ball comes, and watch it, the footwork of George Lynch. He doesn't get those feet moving. And when Carter's attacking like that, you better be on your toes and dancing. Otherwise, he'll be shooting free throws first time tonight. And he's gotten better every year, both areas. I mean, this season is harder, I think, for him for a couple of reasons. Tracy McGrady is not around, who is a great all-purpose player, took a lot of pressure off him in a lot of areas, and plus he's been hurt for the first time.
Lynch to the bench with 2 fouls as Jermaine Jones makes his first appearance in the Philadelphia lineup.
Well, the fans are very knowledgeable, and they're thinking that we got cheated out of some time. The first thing they say is put some time back on. Didn't get much.
Dick Pavetta getting things straightened out. It hasn't taken the Sixers very long to score. It won't make much difference.
This is the first time there's been some pressure on the ball as they come out to just about midcourt on Allen Iverson.
7 seconds left in the quarter. Iverson against Williams. Missed the shot, but putting it home is Jermaine Jones. As the first quarter comes to a close. Jones with that slam to end the quarter, but the first period belonged to Allen Iverson. 13 points as Philadelphia ends the quarter on a 13-4 run. And the 76ers with a brilliant first quarter, hitting 69% of their shots. And at the end of one, Philadelphia leads Toronto 38-22. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Introducing the new 200 horsepower Chrysler Seabrings. Sedan, convertible, and coupe. They beg to be driven.
For people who are extremely demanding, the new Schick Extreme 3. Triple blade performance, pivoting action, a perfect grip. And best of all, after a whole bunch of great shaves, you just serve up another one, which is extremely convenient. The new Schick Extreme 3.
It's your breakfast table. It's your car. Take it to Midas for our new VSD brakes for enhanced performance and our lifetime guarantee. See Midas today for our new VSD brakes. Go Midas.
To be competitive in music, I depend on the freshest information. Word on the street is this thing is really buzzing. I'm waiting on that press release. When I get back, I want to review the sales figures, get the contract out right away. I don't want to miss out on the opening weekend.
When it comes to his investments, Steve Gottlieb chooses CSFB Direct so he can keep up with the market through real-time news and quotes and receive price alerts on all his favorite stocks.
If you want to be in the game, got to keep your finger on the pulse.
People who know CSFB Direct.
Philadelphia with a season-high points in a quarter, 38 in the first to lead Toronto 38-22. And in that first quarter, Antonio Davis of Toronto was injured. For an update on his condition, let's go to Lewis Johnson.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. I'm standing outside the Toronto locker room, and inside a few moments ago was Antonio Davis, and the word we received on him is that he has a sprained right ankle. A Philadelphia doctor was looking at him. They packed the ankle in ice, and during the timeout, he was actually wheeled down to the 76ers locker room where they do have an x-ray facility. We're assuming that he is having x-rays, and as soon as we have a word on that, we'll get that back out, but his return is doubtful.
All right, Lewis, thank you very much. Big loss for the Toronto Raptors. Antonio was off to a great start, the best Raptor first quarter of anyone there. And meanwhile, the Sixers put up 38, a season high for a quarter.
Yeah, Davis had 8 points, and Vince Carter ended up with 9 in the quarter. And they've got to get the ball in Vince Carter's hands a lot more. Cleon Clark travels, so it's a turnover.
Sixth turnover committed by Toronto, and Philadelphia with a near flawless first quarter, only 1 turnover.
And again, what's going to have to change for the Raptors is they're going to have to start putting pressure on the ball, not letting the 76ers run their offense. Everybody's getting a touch, they're getting a look, and it's easy to get into a good offensive rhythm when the defense is passive.
Kukoc misses his first shot.
Now the difference is you can see the 76ers react to the passes, they put pressure on the ball, and they end up getting the Toronto Raptors to turn it over again. So first 2 possessions, Lenny Wilkins sees 2 turnovers.
If our red-headed friend were here, I think he'd say that the Raptors look a couple of steps slow. As you see other NBA scores, Utah leading Phoenix without Jason Kidd. And Williams with the steal and the bucket.
And they need more of those. You know, Philadelphia will have periods where they don't score the ball, but if you're going to fight back in the game, you're going to have to fight to make them make mistakes. They don't make them like they used to on their own.
Kukoc against Carter. Nice bucket. The first by Tony Kukoc. 8 Philadelphia 76er players have scored.
Carter down in the post. You know they're going to run some people at him. He's able to squeeze that one off. The crowd wanted traveling here.
Somehow Vince Carter willed that one through. He has 11. The Philadelphia fans, true to their reputation,
all over Vince Carter, saying, you know you took a bang. Oh my, what a miss. Great give and go, and they get nothing for it from Aaron McKee.
Kukoc made the tremendous pass, and McKee missed it. Murray for 3. That's Clark on the follow. No one checked him off the board, had the easy slam on the follow, and he has 3 points. In for the injured Antonio Davis. Iverson, tough shot, back rim to Oakley. And Clark once again unguarded. They didn't pick him up, and he made them pay for it, slamming down number 5.
Well, that was good ball movement and a terrific thundering effort by Clark as they double team Alvin Williams.
And it's a 10-point game.
So the 76ers have quieted down defensively, and offensively they are not toasting right now. Iverson with a short miss.
And he was hacked on the arm. He'll shoot a pair of free throws. Tracy Murray picks up the personal foul. That's his first. And Corliss Williamson enters the Toronto lineup for the first time.
And Kevin Ollie replaces Aaron McKee.
And Theo Ratliff has also come back for Philly.
Vince Carter and Alvin Williams working on Iverson's head, trying to get him to see he doesn't deserve those free throws.
Tuesday on TBS, it'll be the Lakers against the Sonics. That's an 8 o'clock Eastern time start. Lakers and Sonics on TBS Tuesday. 42-30 with just over 9 minutes left till halftime. Carter shoots over Ollie. Oakley kept it alive, but right to Kukoc. Kukoc pushes for Philadelphia. Jones. Kukoc offensive board, then taken away by the quick hands of Williams. Williams all the way to the hoop. Offensive foul. Toronto's getting back into it, but still a 12-point lead for Philadelphia, 42-30.
The Heat, the Lakers, next on NBC.
You behave yourself, Angus.
Rear seats that fold down to create over 67 cubic feet of cargo space and an all-too-convenient retractable tray table.
Good dog.
The CR-V from Honda.
With Hotmail on your MSN homepage, you can check your email wherever there's a web connection. That's why it's the most popular email the world over.
Hey guys, you give me a hand carrying this stuff up to the 3rd floor?
Love to, but we're late for this thing.
Yeah, sorry. That's cool. You know, those stairs are kind of tricky.
Yeah. Oh, I got this. That's it. Mind if we help ourselves to some of your underwear?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
I don't need you guys to help me unpack.
Make it a Bud Light.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Honda, a winning lineup of cars, sport utility vehicles, and minivans. By Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. And by Nike Shox, boing, thoroughly experienced and explained on Nike.com.
And welcome back to the city of brotherly love inside the First Union Center. And Toronto continues to fall behind the 76ers. I am courtside with Pat Croce, who back in 1996 took over a team. You literally walked the streets to reignite this franchise. What is it like to sit here and look at this place? 30-9 the record. What's it like?
Lewis, it feels great. It feels great to have fans in the house. We didn't have fans in the house. We got 20,000 families, forensic fans who really enjoyed coming back to cheer on those Sixers. It's great.
You're a philosophical guy. Talk about some of your philosophy, and you've got a book that's doing well, and you try and pass it on to other people in their lives.
That's the whole key. I believe you compliment others, you help others, you will in turn get helped. And that's what the team's all about. Helping the community. I tell them, if you give, you'll get. And they're giving everything they got, on the court and off the court.
All right, Pat. Congratulations, and good luck for the rest of the season, huh?
Thanks, Lewis.
Tom?
All right, Lewis, the always enthusiastic Pat Croce really enjoying the Sixers sprinting out to the best record in the NBA. There's another Toronto turnover. This is highly unusual because Toronto leads the league in fewest turnovers, averaging only 13 a game. They have 9 already in the first half. In fact, earlier this season, Toronto set an NBA record with only 3 turnovers in a game against the Rockets.
But what's worse is that they're unforced turnovers. I mean, you know, they're making poor decisions right now. 76ers get a break after a miss by Jermaine Jones that bounces right to Theo Ratliff.
And just a couple of moments ago, under the stands here at the First Union Center, Antonio Davis being wheeled in. That right shoe off, sprained right ankle, and the Toronto Raptors are hoping nothing worse as they took him for x-rays. Theo Ratliff misses the first free throw.
If Theo Ratliff, as Lenny Wilkins looked on, knows of his ability to block shots, but Ratliff having his best season ever as a pro, and very strong chance. He'll be playing in that All-Star game, Tom.
And looking forward to it, too. He said, a dream come true. As we mentioned earlier, he's the second leading vote getter. The top vote getter is Alonzo Mourning, who's out for the season. Of course.
Let's see if Carter starts taking the ball to the rim a little bit more, tries to get himself to the free throw line as well. Alvin Williams, nice cut.
Backdoor cut and got the pass from Oakley. 43-32 Philadelphia. Iverson scored 15 points in the first 15 minutes, but it's been quiet for a while as Philadelphia smoked the Nets for 69% of the first quarter, then cooled off here in the second.
Well, you knew that they were going to cool a little bit. Allen Iverson's going to come out of the ball game, and Kevin Ollie and Aaron McKee will be in the backcourt. But Alvin Williams has given him a little bit better defensive energy at the point of attack, and Toronto now starting to get the Sixers to play on the outside.
Kukoc missed a three, but Ratliff saved it, and then Kukoc lost it. Clark with a screen for Williams. Ollie stays with him.
Want to swing and dump it inside, and Cleon Clark said, forget that. We're not dumping it into Vince this time.
Bad looking shot from Clark that goes over the backboard and out of bounds.
Carter comes out of the ball game, and Mark Jackson will replace him, so Carter will be down. Sure, he won't be down long.
Especially with his team down 11. Philadelphia just 1 of 8 in this second quarter. Jones for three. 1 of 9 now. Kukoc kept it alive. Finally out of bounds. It'll go Philadelphia's way.
Yeah, Kukoc has been fingertip close to a couple of big saves, but has not been quite there. And the 76ers get it back. And again, when they were scoring easily, they were moving the ball, moving people, and the defense of the Raptors never had a chance to react. Tyrone Hill getting ready to check back in the game.
Dick Bavetta to the scorer's table as Larry Brown suffering a bit from the flu, but on his way to coach the East All-Star team. There's a comparison of the superstars. Iverson, who's had his battles with Larry Brown, of course, not going back to the bench, but taking a seat with the ball boys along the baseline. Mark Cuban got fined for that, didn't he?
Yeah, players don't get fined. Owners aren't supposed to be down there.
No look to Ratliff. Awkward shot, but he got it down. He was all knees and elbows, but he went glass to get point number 5. Mark Jackson back in for the Raptors at the point guard spot. Corliss Williamson low post on Jermaine Jones, 2 former SEC players. And the illegal defense called against Philadelphia. That's their second, so a technical foul. Lewis Johnson tells us that the x-rays on the right ankle of Antonio Davis were negative. That's good news, but he's not expected back today with that sprained right ankle. Charles Oakley will shoot the technical.
The villainous Charles Oakley, as far as the crowd is concerned, they were chanting Oakley, Oakley. You know, everywhere Oakley goes, he gets a reaction. He gets some sort of reaction from the fans, and here in Philadelphia, no exception.
I think he relishes that.
He does.
But then everybody gets a reaction in Philadelphia.
Trying to get Corliss Williamson in the ball game, and he's pretty good down in the low post, but he didn't react quick enough. Clark.
2 to shoot. Clark blocked by Hill. Ali with a pull-up. First basket for Kevin Ali. And it's 47-32 as the Sixers go on another run. Williams lost it. Really is astounding the number of turnovers by the Raptors, who normally and rarely turn it over. We'll take a break.
He wants your nuggets.
Yeah, well, so do I.
Slowly put them down.
I don't see you putting yours down.
Well, he's closer to you.
He is?
Wendy's 99-cent crispy chicken nuggets. Delicious pieces of all white meat.
You can take them.
Okay.
Try Wendy's 99-cent crispy chicken nuggets.
They're just too good to give up.
Hey!
Sorry. It's just too fun to drive. The all-new Civic Coupe from Honda. Amazing, but true.
He exists in the eye of the storm. A lightning rod, always attracting attention. Living on the edge, confident yet defiant. Allen Iverson will not be broken. Now, in search of the ultimate glory, he bears the responsibility of leading his team to the respect they so covet.
Concerned about potential LA freeway traffic problems? The Miami Heat not taking any chances as they travel to the Staples Center, where they'll face the Lakers later today. A tough road test for Pat Riley, as Riley returning to Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Kobe Bryant, an easier time getting to work. Bryant recently with his first career triple-double. And his teammate Shaquille O'Neal coming off a 41-point game. Heat and Lakers coming up next. Now back to Tom, Steve, and Lewis in Philly.
And back in Philadelphia, where the 76ers lead the Raptors 47-32. What's your take on the soap opera between the two superstars?
Well, it's always been a soap opera, and I think that they like winning more than they like losing. Let's remember, before Phil Jackson showed up, these guys were talked about like spoiled brats, kids in the sandbox all the time, and suddenly they win a championship, and things go back to the way they were. But I think that these guys are going to work it out because they want to win another championship. Hill thought he got fouled by Oakley. Got nothing for his offensive effort.
I heard the interview yesterday on NBC with Kobe, as Ratliff will be called for a goaltend, score the basket to Williamson. And Kobe wasn't backing down from anything or anybody, was he?
No, I mean, I think the interview showed that Kobe Bryant is a master of his own ship. He's got his own opinions and ideas about what's going to happen. He even said, look, I anticipated it. I worked all summer on my game. I expected some problems.
5:20 left till halftime.
Iverson back in the ball game after a short respite on the bench, and Aaron McKee comes out.
Trying to restart the offense, and that one rolls out for Ali as the offense went stagnant for Philadelphia in the second quarter, though Toronto was unable to take advantage of it, really.
But as Williamson wheels inside, one of the reasons as we get another turnover that the offense went stagnant, the shots came deeper out on the floor as we take a look at a hooded Vince Carter. Getting ready for a fight, it looks like to me.
Well, he's trying to hide because that's the 11th Toronto turnover. They only average 13 a game.
You know what that means? They can only make 2 more.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. As Ratliff, the jump hook goes. Theo Ratliff looks like a different player this season.
You know, every player has to have a signature scoring weapon, and that little jump hook is the weapon for Theo Ratliff, and the confidence is really high, and that's the reason he looks like a different player.
Williams missing, tapped in by Clark. That was an odd-looking tap. It just sort of stuck on the fingers for a moment. 7 points for Clark off the Toronto bench.
So if Toronto can get out of this first half down by 8 or 10 points, I think Lenny Wilkins will feel good about it, and then they can really try to reshape things, particularly in taking care of the ball. Ratliff again.
And try to get Carter into the game. Ratliff working hard, draws the foul. Clark commits his first.
Theo Ratliff has improved in 2 areas, and one of them is this weapon right here. Little jump hook, and he's got a jump shot facing the basket about 15 feet away.
7 points and 4 rebounds thus far for Theo. 3 offensive boards. And a new brand of football is coming your way in 2 weeks on NBC Saturday. It's the XFL, and you'll see a lot of innovations that will make the XFL the most fan-friendly football league ever. The XFL premiering in 2 weeks here on NBC. We'll take a break with 4 minutes, 1 second left till halftime.
Change things up. Get a little wild.
Mix it up with McDonald's new taste menu.
Surprise yourself. Let loose a while.
Unexpected new tastes that are always changing, plus your old favorites. So there's always something different to try.
We love to see you smile.
Hey, variety is the smile of life.
So, Jenny, there'll be chaperones at this dance, right?
Yes, Dad.
Well, I hope you two have a good time tonight.
Don't worry. I know how to treat my ladies.
You out.
With second row seats that conveniently slide apart, it's beyond the minivan. The Odyssey from Honda.
Ahmad Rashad in New York coming up on the Net Zero at the half. We'll talk with Miami Heat coach Pat Riley as he returns to his old stomping grounds in Los Angeles for today's game against the Lakers. Plus, we'll have all the highlights from today's early game between the Knicks and the Pacers. And we'll have first half insights on the Raptors and the Sixers from Kevin, PJ, and Peter.
Snapper has it dead right. 26-15 field goal attempts in the first quarter. Toronto's standing around defending. They're not doing anything. They're watching on defense.
Well, you make the panel proud.
That's the kind of stuff you're going to get from the panel. Back now to Tom Hammond.
And Ahmad, that's the kind of stuff you just don't get anywhere either, that kind of analysis.
Well, the story has been the answer in the first quarter of play. He tortured the defense of the Toronto Raptors as they were not aggressive. They didn't go to him, and he came to them in a big way. And so they're going to have to deal with Allen Iverson, who is on an early tear here in Philadelphia.
15 points in the first 15 minutes, but he hasn't scored since. Spent some time on the bench. As Ratliff is ready for his second free throw. Front rim no good, and Clark hauls it down for Toronto.
I guess that's what happens when you call a timeout and then you have a long break. That ball was so short, he needed to go warm up again.
Vince Carter remains on the Toronto bench. Corliss Williamson misses. And
so Carter's working his way back to the scoring table after a good respite, and we'll see if he gets re-energized. He had 11 points. Iverson.
No way to stop that. Use the dribble to create some space and hit point number 17.
Well, you know, you got that torchy feeling when the ball is not really in your hands and under control, and you throw it in the direction of the rim and it goes in. And you watch Iverson over here dancing against the defense of Cleon Clark. Get back, big fella.
Philadelphia outscored Toronto 9-4 while Vince Carter was on the Raptor bench.
And Mark Jackson with the turnover comes out of the ball game, and Carter and Morris Peterson come in.
Good call.
The hook against Tyrone Hill.
So Hill commits number 2. Trying to get Carter untracked.
Now they have a small lineup out there with the exception of Cleon Clark. So maybe defensively they're going to try to come out and pressure and be more aggressive to close the first half of play out.
Carter posting up. The turnaround is no good. Came off twice. Peterson's follow blocked by Ratliff. Then Ratliff slaps it out. And Ollie leads the break. Iverson. Big rebound by Peterson. And then he threw it away. Right to Iverson, who anticipated the pass. And Iverson, perpetual motion. To McKee. Good!
Well, that tells you the difference in the ball game right there. Every time there's been a mistake against the people in purple, the 76ers have basically capitalized. Nice transition opportunity. Carter trying to dive through.
Peterson, too hard. Hill with the outlet to Ollie. 2 minutes left till halftime. Iverson. Iverson showing no signs of that bruised knee bothering him.
He get a quick release on the inside by Carter, and then the efforts by the Raptors to get it back in, and that turns the 76ers and Iverson loose, and Aaron McKee with a nice finish.
And with 1:57 left till halftime, the Sixers have already scored 54 points. And Iverson at the free throw line after the foul was committed. Who was that last foul on? On Williams, his third.
On Friday night, they got the same kind of effort in terms of building a big lead at the break, and they coasted to the win against New Jersey. And New Jersey came out and trapped and tried to show some pressure. Lenny Wilkins making more adjustments. Charles Oakley back in the ball game.
They changed that last foul now and given it to Clark. And it's his second foul.
Iverson thought he had a chance to steal that one, just didn't react in time, but their defense has been much more active and keeping Toronto out on the outside. Carter with the rebound and foul by Iverson.
Well, the 76ers are going to let Peterson shoot all day. He's been unable to hit as they concentrate on Carter defensively. And Vince will step to the stripe. Big lead for the 76ers with an all-round contribution led by Allen Iverson. And coming up next in the nightcap of our triple header, Tim Hardaway and the Miami Heat to take on Kobe, Shaq, and the Lakers. Game 3 of our NBA on NBC triple header coming up from Los Angeles next.
Well, Tom, if Lenny Wilkins saw the tape of Friday night's game that Philadelphia played against New Jersey, then in the second half, particularly in the third quarter, he's going to turn Vince Carter loose like Marbury did. Marbury had a huge third quarter to make it a game, but the Sixers went on to win again.
Aaron McKee called for the offensive foul. McKee, the Philadelphia native.
Now McKee runs right into the big chest of Charles Oakley, and Oakley's made a reputation of taking charges. Gets the call.
That last bucket by Carter was his 13th point, but his first points in 9 minutes, much of that on the bench. Here's Carter again, double clutch, no good. Oakley had it for a moment. Somehow Carter came up with it. That went halfway down before coming out.
Carter looking in the direction of the official saying it's a foul, but they need to stop that guy with the ball. And Aaron McKee goes coast to coast.
And McKee with a dozen points in the first half. McKee, who averages 12 a game, has his average in the first half. Inside the final minute. Clark just turns, pumps it through.
Now see, that's an example of the guy watching. See, Hill was watching, and Clark finished.
He turned his head and watched it all the way through. Iverson back to work. Blocking foul on Clark. Number 3 on Clark. Jermaine Jones has returned to the lineup, and McCullough's about ready to come in. And back to the line is Allen Iverson. Iverson, the NBA Player of the Week, January 8th. 4th in scoring in the league, number 1 in steals. Bounces that one through with a little body English. And off to the slow start.
He was out of shape, Tom. he finally got in shape, and look at the numbers that he's been throwing up here in January. Almost 50% from the field, and really improved Allen Iverson in terms of his scoring ability in the month of January. 33 points, and unless something bad happens in the second half, he should get 33 today.
Well, he has 21 already, and we have 30 seconds left in the half. 20-point lead for the 76ers. Williams, outside shot is good over Iverson, and he has 8 points. About a 1-second differential between shot clock and game clock.
And the first half been totally controlled by Iverson and the 76ers as he toys with Alvin Williams right here, trying to decide which way he's going to go. Yeah, he got caught in carry.
Got caught for a carry on the basketball as he did his Harlem Globetrotters act there. And that'll turn it over to Toronto with 7.2 seconds.
Right there as he came across, you know, he did everything that he wanted to do to set Alvin Williams up, but came across and carried the ball. Quick shot for Alvin Williams.
Williams leaves for Clark. Nicely done, the penetration and dish. Final second, and Iverson will not be able to get a shot away as the first half comes to a close. But a first half dominated by Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers. The hot shooting Sixers have scored 60 points in the first half, and they lead the Toronto Raptors at the end of the first period in Philadelphia by 60-44. Allen Iverson pitching in 21 points in the first half as the 76ers hit 57% of their shots. We'll be joining Ahmad Rashad with Net Zero at the half right after these messages. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. Here's a little nugget for you. On Tuesday night, the Raptors were in Houston. They tied an NBA record with only 3 turnovers. Now, in the first half of this game, they've already had 13. I talked to Lenny Wilkins about it, and he said really it's simple for the second half. What he wants to see is his guys make the first pass to a guy that's open and not these cross-court passes that look so magnificent. Yeah, Allen Iverson got off for 21, but passing is one of the biggest problems they're having and why they have so many turnovers.
They look magnificent to the Sixer fans.
Well, you know, the story of the first half also is the fact that the 76ers had every player that played score in the ball game. So they all got involved with the offensive end, and that's not been the story for the Raptors. And now they've got to do it at both ends of the floor. They got to be better offensively, and then they've got to be more aggressive at the defensive end in order to get back in the game.
And again, to reinforce the point about the turnovers, Toronto leads the league, averaging just 13.2 a game, and they committed 13 in the first half. Peterson keeps after it, finally gets it home, rebounding the Carter miss, and on the second try, getting the field goal, his first bucket.
And Maurice Peterson is an activity guy, and that's why Lenny Wilkins likes him in the starting lineup. He doesn't have to run plays for him, and he can somehow make his way into the scoring column. See if the Sixers start to stand around and hold the ball. That would be one of the ways they could get back, the Toronto Raptors could get back in the game.
Iverson misses his first shot of the second half. Carter over McKee. Strong rebound by Ratliff.
On both of those occasions, Carter didn't look like he was ready to shoot, but he shot it anyway.
McKee nearly threw it away. Iverson back to Ratliff. The big guy didn't look too good dribbling, but managed to keep possession. Then Lynch shoots an air ball.
If I was George Lewis, I would look at the
Yeah, you gotta do something.
I could not shoot the ball that bad. I must have gotten fouled. You didn't see it?
Better look at somebody, because that was embarrassing. I thought he looked at you.
Carter, third time.
And the third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 in the third. Iverson backs it out. McKee fires. And Mark Jackson has the board. Lob pass, and Clark slams it home. Clark getting the start in the second half for the injured Antonio Davis. Runs the floor. Jackson spots him.
You know, the Sixers have been a perimeter team here at the start of the third quarter. See if they can get back to getting something closer in as Theo Ratliff is double teamed.
So he gets it to Lynch. And then Ratliff from outside. I don't think that's the shot they wanted. Peterson, lob, and a jam by Carter. Going back to the end of the second quarter, Toronto has scored 10 straight points. And they're suddenly back in the game.
You know, the best thing about it is when you have people that can play above the rim. Watch Carter, he just put his hand up. That's a signal. You throw it up here, I'll go and get it. And he puts the cap on it. That's enough for Larry Brown. And the Toronto Raptors have gotten the 76ers to stand around and shoot the ball from the outside. And now a little bit more energy in that team.
Well, Vince Carter was overlooked in hindsight in the '98 draft. 5th player taken, Golden State. George Lynch played at the time for Vancouver. They took Mike Bibby at number 2, and Lynch said he tried to tell him that there's this guy down in Carolina that I played with in the summertime, and he's a guy you ought to take. They didn't listen to George.
Yeah, they sent him away.
So trying to ease their embarrassment, they sent him out of town. Huh?
Yeah, they sent him away, and Vince Carter went to Toronto. Jackson for 3.
Jackson for 3, and 13 in a row scored now by the Toronto Raptors.
Now this is a similar reoccurrence for the 76ers. They had a healthy lead against New Jersey on Friday night, came out, sort of stood around, watched the lead evaporate, but one guy was doing all the work then, and that was Stephon Marbury. 5 on the clock.
Iverson's fall away is short, tapped by Hill out there. On the floor, Jackson has it for Toronto. The Raptors pushing the ball, and Jackson pulls up again and hits his second straight.
Now that's one way to keep turnovers down, shoot the ball. And 5 quick points from Jackson, and it's a 5-point lead.
0 for 7 shooting by Philly to open the third. Blocked by Clark. Here's Carter to Clark for the jam from Vince Carter. Toronto has scored 17 in a row, 13-0 to start this third quarter.
And again, you know, you can't win a ball game if you can't score. And when Toronto couldn't score, they couldn't do anything. And suddenly, Jackson comes out with something. Defensive energy is better. And on the open court, it has been Air Canada by Cleon Clark.
Clark with a block, runs the floor. Carter rewards him. And Toronto's within 3.
Whoa, look at her. Hello, kitty. I think I'm in love. I'm going in. I've been waiting for you all my life. Will you marry me?
You're really sweeping me off my feet.
'Cause I'm rocking my way. Welcome to paradise, boys.
Coors Light, frost brewed at the edge of freezing.
Men are sheep.
It's your breakfast table. It's your car. Take it to Midas for our new VSD brakes for enhanced performance and our lifetime guarantee. See Midas today for our new VSD brakes. Go Midas.
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Ford F-Series. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. By Frost-Brewed Coors Light. Tap the Rockies. And by Midas. Keep a good thing going. Vince Carter and the Raptors coming back on the 76ers, who have gone over 3.5 minutes in the third quarter without scoring. With 37 seconds left in the second quarter, Allen Iverson hit 2 free throws to put Philadelphia up 20, 60-40. And Toronto has scored 17 straight since then. Ratliff blocked by Keon Clark.
Yeah, if we didn't know his number, it's 7. And we learned how to pronounce his name. It's Keon. He has been the story here in the third quarter. And that's a miss, but a rare one for the Toronto Raptors here in the third.
Oakley tries it again, and given a second chance, he knocks it down. It's 60-59. Toronto within 1 after trailing by 20 late in the second quarter.
The 76ers have been a very resilient team all season long, and it's rare that they lose the entire portion of the lead. And let's see if they get a score. They have gone 9 straight times now without a hoop.
And unbelievably, Toronto will have a chance to take the lead.
So Clark, who has the ability, a quick leaper, gets right off of his feet and slaps that one away, and it results in another hoop for Toronto.
Philadelphia has missed their first 10 shots of the third quarter. And Toronto looks for its first lead of the game.
You know, and sometimes when you have as much success as the 76ers had in the first half, you have a tendency to get happy and lazy, and that appears to be what happened, and they're taking any shot as Oakley pulls the trigger on a 3.
Don't know that necessarily was what they wanted. Aaron McKee. Hill forced it up, saved it inbounds, but no, he was on the baseline. Toronto ball.
Lonnie McCutcheon said no save. And there's reaction, Brown's reaction, as the wheels have come off here, the 76er train for the time being. Now, this is a good test for him because, you know, if you're going to be a championship team, you've got to be able to play through a bad patch. As Jackson scores again, 7 straight points for Mark Jackson.
He had not scored at halftime. He has 7 in the third quarter, and Toronto has its first lead. They were tied at 2. They've never been in front till now. They were down 20 late in the second quarter.
But look at how they're reacting defensively as they finally get a shot to go in from Theo Ratliff.
Ratliff and 1. He'll step to the line for a 3-point opportunity.
Mark Jackson, who was tortured in his first half, particularly in the first quarter, by Iverson sending a little bit of it back the other way. 7 straight for him, and then Ratliff finally breaks the drought.
And Clark has committed his 4th foul. Remember Keon Clark, who is just in his 5th game with Toronto, coming over in the trade from the Nuggets, came in for Antonio Davis when Davis sprained his right ankle in the first half. Three-point play by Ratliff.
Kevin Willis went the other way, and Willis will give certainly the Denver Nuggets some experience and a little bit of toughness up on their front line. Wide open,
Peterson goes back door for his 4th point.
Remember how good those comments were behind us? Oh, they're pretty sharp right now. Hey, we got to learn how to play defense. When the Sixers could do no wrong, their fans were really having a good time, and now they're struggling. And when they need their support the most,
Oakley, brick that one. Hill clears the glass. .63 apiece. Allen Iverson is 0 for 4 in the quarter. The three-pointer, good. Iverson gets his first basket of the 3rd quarter, his 24th point. Philadelphia by 3. Carter, that's a long-range 2. Vince Carter partially answers Iverson's bucket. Carter was 17.
Let's see if Carter really begins to have a bigger impact on the scoreboard. He's passed the ball, gotten people open to get them back in the game, but they're going to have Carter with some numbers to win it. Jackson trying to deny Iverson the ball.
Jackson with a foul. 2 superstars.
Yeah, Allen Iverson has not pulled the trigger on a lot of three-point efforts, but goes right over the top of Mark Jackson to get his first score in the 3rd quarter. And then Carter very close to the line. A long 2, as you said, Tom. 4 points in the quarter for Carter, 3 for Allen Iverson.
Philly with the ball up 1. Another Iverson 3. This one no good. And tapped out, kept alive by Ratliff. Iverson bailed out by a foul. He'd lost the ball.
But you can see Iverson now running into a stacked defense, which he didn't face in that first half, as we see some of the scores.
Washington with a rare victory. Indiana went into the Garden and beat the Knicks today. And coming up, Miami and the Lakers. Pat Riley's return to L.A. Drive baseline, Iverson with the reverse. Allen Iverson, 26. Carter for 3. Splash. Vince Carter, he has 20.
7 in the quarter for Carter.
And the battle of all-stars is joined. Carter and Iverson.
Now Iverson knows he can get to the rim against Jackson, but they're packing the middle against him, and they're making it tougher for him to get inside.
Tyrone Hill kept that alive off a Raptor. It'll be Philadelphia basketball.
And the reason that Iverson is able to get by, he comes from the wing, and the rest of the defense is reacting, and he comes underneath. Most of the time he's been trying to come through a stack at the top of the key, and he's not been able to get all the way to the rim.
Tied at 68. McKee, nowhere to go. Kevin Ollie. Clark fouled him.
Ooh, big foul there.
Keon Clark has 5.
And as well as he's been playing, this will be a big hole for Lenny Wilkins to have to fill. Not only did he give him shot blocking, rebounding, some scoring. A 15-point game so far for Keon Clark, and Michael Stewart will come in.
Dick Bavetta discussing things with Lenny Wilkins. Stewart in his 4th season from California, 6'10". His 14th appearance of the season. As Kevin Ollie shoots the first free throw, good.
You hate to have quarters like the Sixers are having, where they're going in reverse. And what do you know about West Wing?
Well, Wednesday night, don't miss the West Wing. The Emmy-winning Best Drama just keeps getting better. The West Wing right after Ed Wednesday on NBC.
But right now, they may not get 20 in the quarter, and the 76ers started out with 28, then 38, then 22, and now 10.
Sixers by a deuce. Carter brings it up against Ollie. In the hands of Jackson, guarded by Iverson. And here's Jackson trying to use his height advantage to back down and then whips it over to Peterson. Nice drive, couldn't finish. But the offensive board by Oakley. Carter. Beautiful shot, Vince Carter. Again, creating space with the dribble, popping it in for 22.
You know that thing that they do between their legs? It must be mesmerizing because Iverson does it and then he did it, and at the end of it, they got 2 points.
It's mesmerizing me. Ollie, nice dish. Lynch put it down.
You know, it's like going to a hypnotist. You're watching that ball go back and forth, and the next thing you know, the guy dumped one in on you.
Carter missed 7 in a row at one time. Now he's hit 5 straight.
Woke up.
Yeah.
12 in the quarter for Carter.
And the Raptors by 1. Carter nearly had the steal. In fact, did cause Ratliff to turn it over. Vince Carter started hitting 4 of his first 8, then a drought, 7 misses in a row. Since then, 5 for 5.
You see the effort of Carter and basically just in the zone now.
The NBA on NBC.
Go, 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 go.
Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite and anytime is Miller time.
Go, 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 go.
The Super Bowl's coming. Make room for Miller Lite inflatable chairs. Enter to win them wherever you buy Miller Lite or at superbowl.com.
Guys, there's a couch just like mine downstairs.
Whether you drive a car, truck, van, or SUV, Pep Boys has your tires. Like 35,000-mile tires, 4 for only $99. And top-quality truck tires in stock from $49.99 each. Pep Boys, one more reason cars like us, people love us.
For people who are extremely demanding, the new Schick Extreme 3. Triple blade performance, pivoting action, a perfect grip. And best of all, after a whole bunch of great shaves, you just serve up another one, which is extremely convenient. The new Schick Extreme 3.
At McDonald's, we make your morning with a variety of breakfast sandwiches, like our tasty breakfast bagels. Why do we make each one hot, fresh, right to order?
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
XFL Extreme Training. Passing drill. XFL on NBC, February 3rd.
Down 20 in the second quarter, the Toronto Raptors, led by their superstar Vince Carter, have come storming back to take the lead 73-72. Carter has scored the last 10 Toronto points. He started this third quarter by missing his first 3 shots, but has reeled off 5 in a row.
Yeah, and they've reversed things here against the 76ers as Carter misses that one. They're shooting 61% here in the third quarter, the 76ers 22, and the Sixers in that first quarter shot 69.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left in the third. McKee, low post, double teamed. Behind the back, threw it away. Jackson, here's a 3-on-2 Toronto break. Peterson laid it in from Mark Jackson.
Now, which team is making the turnovers? Which team is running the fast break?
And Toronto taking care of the basketball. They have not committed a turnover in the third. I think Lenny got their attention after 13 in the first half, which matches their game average. poked away from Lynch. There's another Toronto break. Peterson again, and one. Mark Jackson again with the assist. Peterson has scored 2 in a row off the break.
What a difference screaming can make. You go crazy in the locker room.
I'm going to try it on Walton.
Well, you got to get his attention first. But Mo Peterson on the finishing end of 2 nice leads from Mark Jackson, and the Raptors on a roll here as they try to close out the third quarter.
3-point play for Peterson, who scored 5 in a row after Carter scored 10 straight for Toronto. And they have their biggest lead. Iverson for 3. Big basket, Allen Iverson. Iverson with 29 in the game. Carter has 25. Just over a minute left in the third.
So what the Sixers want to do is get their defensive attitude back, because this is a team that forces turnovers. Jackson, long, deep 3.
Real deep. And Lynch gives it to Iverson. He'll back it out. Now take Jackson on one-on-one. Collision, no whistle. Putback attempt does draw a foul as Lynch with the offensive rebound. But there, you mentioned in the first half, the punishment he takes.
He really does take a pounding, and that time he thought for sure he was going to get a foul, and he was thinking foul the entire time. When he gets by Jackson, he's thinking foul right there as Stewart and Oakley challenge. He got no whistle. George Lynch will go to the line. Fans all over Oakley.
Lynch makes good on the first free throw.
Allen Iverson said, look, Dick Bavette, I just want to have a word with you, okay? Can you just understand that I am getting beat to death, beat down, and Oakley and the fans going at it.
Second free throw no good, into the hands of Charles Oakley. 35 seconds left till the fourth quarter. 35 seconds left till the end of the third. Peterson, long 3, short. Lynch the board. Shot clock is off. 12 seconds till the end of the third. 10 and counting.
Iverson's got to make a quick decision because they're going to close down the lane. Here comes Oakley.
2 seconds. Iverson for 3. Got it! Allen Iverson beating the buzzer with a 3.
Barely getting his hands on it and letting it go. And relief from the fans here at the First Union.
Iverson with 32 points, 11 in that third. A third quarter that saw Toronto come back. We'll return after a word from your local station.
You know the Fight Club, right? Where this group of guys get together in some warehouse or basement or whatever, and they just get beaten up. Then go to work the next day, scraped and scarred and wearing bruises like badges of honor. Now there's a hobby that separates the men from the boys. The new Ford Ranger Edge. Built Ford tough.
The world's greatest athletes playing the world's greatest game are coming to an arena near you. It's the ultimate showcase of incredible athleticism, spontaneous creativity, and uncontrollable excitement. NBA action is now playing, so join the drive for a championship when it comes to your town, live and in person. Tickets are on sale. Go to NBA.com or call 800-4NBA-TICKS.
George W. Bush on the job. NBC Nightly News this week.
Here's your regular internet homepage, and here's i1.com. It's free. You use it like Yahoo or other search engines to check news, scores, stocks. Only i1.com gives away $10,000 every day, $1 million a month, and $10 million on tax day. Which one would you choose?
Very loyal to this site. I'm not going to abandon it for some new guy with a truckload of cash.
You're kidding.
Of course. Do I look like an idiot? Look at this cash.
i1.com. Why wouldn't you?
Catch what's coming to DirecTV.
Do you like scary movies?
January 26th. Carmen Electra, Shannon Elizabeth, and Marlon and Shawn Wayans star in the hilarious horror spoof, Scary Movie. Also January 26th. He's tough, he's smart, he's cool, and he's still the man. Samuel L. Jackson is Shaft.
Any questions?
Let the movies come to you on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View on DirecTV.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other dissemination or use of this telecast, or of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Fourth quarter begins with Philadelphia leading by 1 thanks to a buzzer-beating 3 by Allen Iverson.
Yeah, the fans here at the First Union were crying, Ivy, get your hands on the ball, and Iverson finished the quarter with a huge bucket. You get one more look, and you see how it felt for him. And the 76ers and Allen Iverson have a 1-point advantage as the duel has really begun to take place as we wait for a big finish here in the fourth quarter from Carter and Iverson.
In that third quarter, Carter scored 12, Iverson 11. And clearly beat the buzzer with that shot to end the third quarter.
But, you know, you can clearly see that the offensive efforts have energized the defensive attitude of the Raptors. Iverson.
Allen Iverson. He scored 5 in a row now and has 34 in the game.
Maybe that three-pointer got him back right. He really lifted off against Jackson to get that one to drop.
Here's Lynch coming to double Carter. Oakley turns and shoots, and rebounded by Lynch. Or McKee, excuse me. McKee pushing it up to Iverson. And Lynch draws the foul on the follow.
Iverson still can't believe, what do I have to do to get a foul? Running all the way down to the bench so he won't get a technical, but he was coming in a hurry on that last play, which resulted.
Newest best friend Larry Brown comes over to console him.
I watch, he's coming down the lane. He gets the ball knocked out of his hand, and he's saying, where's my call? We like George's number better.
And George is at the line in the presence of George Lynch, who hits the free throw.
But Iverson's got to continue to attack. I mean, it's hard for him right now when every time you go in there with a dash, you don't get to the line and you're getting clipped pretty good.
Iverson and the Sixers had a 20-point lead. They saw it evaporate. They trailed by as many as 6. And now Philly up by 4 with Lynch's second free throw upcoming. No good. Iverson kept it alive and tapped it to McKee. He's doing everything. Here's a 3.
I think they should have given him the foul.
13-0 run by the 76ers, and they're up 85-78.
He got mad. Carter against George Lynch.
There's that mesmerizing dribble again. The shot just beat the 24-second and rebounded by Ollie. Ratliff back out, and they set it up. Ollie says, let's settle it down, get a good shot.
Well, the crowd is right here waiting for Iverson to make something happen one more time.
And Jackson grabs him. He made an acrobatic little shot after the foul was called.
But Allen Iverson has been the story. He saved him at the end, and you can see Iverson timing. Lynch's missed shot will go in, and tap it back. And then out of it, they come back to Iverson. This is no buzzer beater here, pal.
But it might be a Toronto beater. We'll see. Here's another three. Iverson missed that one, but Ratliff got the offensive board. Toronto is the best rebounding team in the NBA, but Philadelphia has gotten some key offensive boards here. There's a bad pass. Iverson sails it out of bounds.
Well, the crowd feels they got a little help from Oakley, and they react to that. Clark has come back in the ball game as Michael Stewart has gone out.
13-0 run by Philadelphia. 11 of the 13 scored by Iverson. Vince Carter. Weak side help. Lynch blocks it out of bounds.
Time today we have seen a perfect example as we go to a break how offense and defense work together. When they're both going good, the teams are energized at both ends of the floor. The result, the 76ers, a 7-point advantage.
Philly cheesesteak would taste pretty good right now with Allen Iverson. He is heating up things on the griddle as well, despite the fact that he, as you pointed out numerous times, takes a pounding. Now, this is just his injuries this season.
Yeah, and the worst part is we're only halfway through the season. What else can he nick up? And we take a look at it. I mean,
that body's not that big to hold all those injuries.
And, you know, he's a tough little guy. And, you know, it really shows a lot of heart and courage every time he comes out to play.
Well, Toronto had the comeback. They led by 6 after trailing by 20. But Philadelphia had the answer. And here we go again. Ollie, Iverson, good. First turnover of the half by Toronto, but it leads to an Iverson layup, and Philadelphia scored 15 in a row, and Iverson with 39 points.
This is really a very interesting game. 17-0 run by Toronto and Carter, and now it's 15-0 led by Iverson.
Keon Clark doesn't want any piece of that. He better get back down under the basket. Ollie. Kevin Ollie with a baseline jump shot.
And again, this has been part of the resiliency of the 76ers the entire season, to, you know, get whacked with some adversity during the course of a game and still find a way to stay with it and win. And again, the greatness of an individual effort by Allen Iverson leading the way. Clark.
Foul on the arm. He'll shoot a pair of free throws, trying to break a 17-0 Philadelphia run.
You know, we have seen both stars get nicked up, and Carter slow getting up right there. He still has a little bit of sensitivity to the calf injury that he suffered earlier.
Well, it's been a game of runs. Sixers had a 21-0 run earlier, and that one was 17-0 before the free throw. Keon Clark's done a good job off the Toronto bench for the injured Antonio Davis. Back tapped. Toronto retains possession. The Oakley jump shot. Back rim. And finally hauled down by McKee.
Iverson kept that alive. McKee pulled it in. Now Alvin Williams and the Raptors have to get back to where they're making Toronto play outside and react to getting the ball and running the floor, which got them their 15-0 spurt.
Oakley chases it down for Toronto.
You know, fans will turn on him. They really will. Aaron McKee was 6 or 7, and they were loving him. Now he misses a shot. He's cold. Get him out.
Clark from Jackson. And 18 for Keon Clark. I told you this is Philadelphia. This is where they booed Santa Claus. Ratliff jump stop, slapped away from him. Well, does Toronto have one more come back?
They have one more run in them. It's going to be up to the 76ers to take it away from them. You know, this is the team that has shown that they can get back in a game by not turning the ball over. In that third quarter, they made 0 mistakes with the ball, and they shot it extremely well to make a game of it.
Alvin Williams got a good look that time and a good shot. It wouldn't go down. Iverson, Ratliff a tap, and then Lynch puts it home. Once again, Philadelphia whipping Toronto on the offensive glass, and of course Toronto missing Antonio Davis, who is such a good rebounder, 7th in the league in rebounds. We've got a timeout with 6:49 left. The NBA on NBC. All right, Mike, where we have a 10-point game with 6:49 left. Larry Brown has seen the Sixers compile the best record in the NBA at 30-9. That's updated to reflect the Knicks' loss to Indiana today.
And the Philadelphia 76ers still the talk of the league, and led by the new Allen Iverson,
right.
Have been the story. The story of the game has been offense, and when the teams have made shots, their defenses have been good, and they've controlled the game. The Sixers trying to control the fourth quarter, get a block from Theo Ratliff.
Carter misses a three. Bodies everywhere. A loose ball foul on Allen Iverson. A well-placed hand on the small of the back will cost him the personal.
You know, Iverson lost the duel in the third quarter to Carter 12-11, but is winning the day. He's got 39 points. Vince Carter stuck on 25.
Toronto's gotten just one field goal in nearly 7 minutes. They've been outscored 19-3 in that time. Carter, tough shot, rims out. On the floor, bodies everywhere. And Philadelphia will get it.
Carter thought this was going to stay for him, and the efforts by Oakley, Mo Peterson come up short.
Just over 6 minutes left. Iverson. Three-pointer by McKee is off target. Out of bounds to Toronto.
Three points. That's what they've scored. The Toronto Raptors, almost a steal.
Almost. He just, by a fraction, mistimed it. Now they nearly caused another miss. Carter's follow off the offensive board, his first basket in a while. And for the game, Vince has 27.
So they have got to find a way to keep the ball in the hands of Vince Carter, make the defense react to him so he can get other people easier opportunities. Iverson.
Allen Iverson now once again over the 40-point mark. He has 41 points. It's his 6th game this season over 40. Oakley.
A little help from Carter.
Down to the 5-minute mark.
Now there's time for the Toronto Raptors to get back in it, but they got to keep these kind of shots coming up, and when they get the rebound, run it up the floor.
Carter threw it right into the hands of Ollie to Iverson. No good. Oakley the rebound. The outlet the other way. Carter spotted for three.
Iverson thought he was going to get a foul, just laid it up, got nothing. Larry Brown looks on. 5-point game.
And Vince Carter has 30. Ratliff against Oakley. Facing up, nowhere to go. Good D by Oakley. Iverson, Oakley switches out on him. Ollie, and the reverse, no good by Lynch. Philadelphia retains.
Allen Iverson has been begging for chances to go to the line the entire afternoon. Comes with one hand. He's just leaving this one up here. He just knew he was going to get hit, but he didn't really get hit. Got nothing for it.
93-88. Led by Allen Iverson's 41 points. The 76ers up 93-88 on Toronto.
Yep. Allen Iverson, 7 times this season that he scores 40 or more, and you can see the results. And, you know, early in his career when he scored 40, they couldn't win any games, and now things have balanced out. But again, this guy shows great resiliency and the ability to find a way to get the ball in the bucket And that's been huge here this afternoon.
With our producer John McGinnis, director Howie Singer, Tom Hammond, Steve Snapper Jones, Lewis Johnson, First Union Center in Philadelphia. Just under 4 minutes left in a game of runs that sees Philadelphia up on Toronto 93-88.
Well, that was not what they wanted out of the timeout. That was Aaron McKee going one-on-one with no ball movement. The results are one shot and done.
Vince Carter lost it, but is fouled.
Iverson's going to say, why him and not me? I have been hit much harder than that today. Brown is telling his guys, good job. No shot for Vince Carter. But you'll watch Carter duck under and come around and get the call.
Peterson slapped away, got it to Oakley.
You know, if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to win this game with Vince Carter. They're not going to win it with the other guys batting it around. So he's got to see it.
And shot clock violation. That was ugly.
You know, sometimes players forget. And as obvious as it is, that if you're not staying with what is making the defense react, that's Iverson in white and Carter in purple, you're not going to have a very good chance of winning a ball game. Every time Iverson gets the ball, somebody's going to run at him, which means somebody else is going to be open. Pulls his way, and he's going to get a charge.
Offensive foul. Well, he'd been asking for a call. You said he was wanting a call. He got one.
I didn't want that one.
Oh.
I didn't want that one.
His fourth foul. Aaron McKee has disappeared in the second half. First half, remember, he hit 6 of 7, 12 points. He's 0 for 6. Has not scored in the second half. So Toronto gets the ball back on the offensive foul by Iverson.
Now this is a possession where they want to move the ball quickly and find Carter. They trap him.
Found him in a tough spot. Once again, it's ugly by Toronto. Oakley fouled by Lynch.
Anytime you play offense without cutting through, it makes it much easier for the defense to react. And Philadelphia reacted to every one of those passes. But Oakley gets a good call against George Lynch.
And Oakley sinks the first free toss. Tonight at 8/7 Central on NBC, all the stars will be out. Julia Roberts, Tom Cruise, George Clooney, Al Pacino. It's the 58th annual Golden Globe Awards tonight on NBC. Would you say Iverson should have gotten one in the first half on one of those?
At least one.
Oakley hits 2 free throws, and once again, the Raptors will not go away. They're back within 3. 7-0 run by the Raptors. Ollie. See the man you want taking the shot in this situation?
Well, not right now. I mean, you know, they're all starting to stand a little bit more. The scoreboard has created a little bit of tension, and these guys are not shooting the ball as freely as they were.
Well, you said Toronto had one more run in them. Carter forced that one. He forced it. And on the floor to Iverson.
Wow, he got 3.
Blocked by Clark. Here's Carter. Takes it back from Oakley. Final 2 minutes of the game. Carter penetrates to Clark, and Clark sinks it from the penetration of Vince Carter. And Clark with 20 points. Keon Clark had 12 points and 10 rebounds against Golden State earlier. He has 20 today, replacing Antonio Davis.
Now the last time things got
steal.
Sticky, they went to Iverson. This time Williams steals it, and he got a timeout.
20-second timeout.
Well, Keon Clark, where in the world did he come from?
Well, he said it was Denver, but a long way as he gets to that one against Allen Iverson, who had broken loose, and then Carter head down creates this space, and Clark delivers.
Well, there's the trade that brought Clark, along with Tracy Murray and Mamadou Ndiaye, to Toronto, with Kevin Willis being the mainstay in the trade of those that went to the Nuggets. And the Nuggets have been hot. So far, a trade that has benefited both teams.
Well, you know, one thing that trade did for the Raptors, it got them younger in a hurry without having to sink to the bottom of the heap to do so. And you can see the activity and the ability of Clark on display this afternoon. A terrific effort for him. Now, Lenny says, well, now, you know, I got to play this guy more. If he's going to play like this all the time.
Yep. Well, they may have to anyway because Antonio Davis sprained his ankle. We don't know how long he'll be out. Mark Jackson up court with the Raptors down only 1. Here is Clark. Back out to Oakley. In the hands of Jackson, one of the assist leaders in the NBA. Now Carter. Shot clock at 5. Carter. Tapped, no good. Tapped by Clark. Carter. All right, that's Carter.
He got it.
Carter and Clark were both up there. Carter nudged it through. He has 32 points. Toronto by 1. Unbelievable. Iverson for 3. Carter has the rebound for Toronto. 1 minute left.
I thought Carolina guys liked each other, but George Lynch bounced Carter pretty good, and Carter got up scowling.
Mark Jackson says clear it out for Carter. Carter against McKee, pulls up, shot good.
Oh, that's worth a timeout.
34 for Vince Carter, none prettier than that last one. 13-0 run by Toronto.
It has been a game of streaks, and Carter bulled his way in, missed it. It goes up once, twice, and then the last time it's Carter with the tip, and then this bucket to give him a 3-point lead.
With only 2 seconds on the shot clock and a little look of disdain for the fans. Every time you give them up for dead, the Raptors come right back. An incredible comeback by the Toronto Raptors to lead Philadelphia by 3. The battle of superstars has been as advertised.
It has, and you can see how they have gone. It's been a very, very spectacular day for both of them. The ball in the hands of Allen Iverson, and the Sixers in a 2-for-1 situation right now. They got to go quick. You know, some confusion about who wants to shoot. McKee passes it up.
McKee's first bucket of the second half is a 3-pointer to tie it at 96.
So there's about 5 seconds differential between game and clock as the crowd, you said they were asleep.
Here's the clear out coming for Carter. 5 to shoot. 3 to shoot. Jackson lost one, no good. Rebounded by Jackson. Toronto with 1 second. Shot no good. Overtime. Only poetic justice with the ebb and flow of this game that we should end regulation in a tie. First it was Philadelphia. They led by 20. Then Toronto came back. They were up 6. Philadelphia spurted free again. Toronto comes back. We end all even.
Yeah, Aaron McKee passed up his first 3-point attempt. He liked this one better, and right on the mark, they love him again.
First basket of the second half after he'd missed 6 in a row. And the 3-pointer finds the bottom of the net. And we're tied at 96 as Toronto was unable to get a good shot to end regulation. We're headed to OT in Philly.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. And the 2001 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Silverado Heavy Duty.
You want to take a break?
Yeah, I'm burning up.
So, are you having as good a time as I am? Oh, do you want to go somewhere more quiet? Don't you find me attractive?
Coors Light, frost brewed at the edge of freezing.
Did you say something?
Tom Hammond, Steve Jones, Lewis Johnson headed to overtime at the First Union Center with Toronto and Philadelphia tied at 96. Toronto really didn't get a very good look.
No, and in that last possession, if Carter was going to be the guy to shoot it, he should have gone to the baseline. They come back around, and they'll end up getting two cracks, but both of them flying off-balance shots. And now the stage is set for you, Tom, to work the final five. And Iverson and Carter, they've been talking to each other the entire ball game, been trading offensive flurries at one another. They tied in the fourth at 9. Iverson has the advantage, 41-34.
But on the scoreboard, they're even at 96 as we start the 5-minute overtime. And Ratliff easily controls the tap.
You know, Tom, if you were worried about Iverson's trunk before the game, since he played most of this one, you probably have to get him a new seamstress when this one's over. He has been everywhere, and those pants are getting loose.
Ratliff misses the jump hook. All alone, Carter collects the board. He has 10 rebounds now for another double-double.
You know, it's interesting in the ball game that both of these guys have taken just about the same number of shots. 33 for Carter, 34 for Allen Iverson, near steal.
Carter for three, tough shot. Players running at him from every angle, and Carter knocks down the three. 37 in the game, and Toronto with a three-point advantage.
Now the game has gotten slower and more conservative. Teams are taking less chances. McKee looking to set up Kevin out.
And they lost it. So Toronto has it back, leading by 3 against the Sixers with the best record in the NBA.
They double Carter. They're trying to get the ball out of his hands. And again, if you're going to go from the wing, you should be going to the baseline. Let's see what direction they come.
Nice pass, Williams falling away, hits it. The assist to Vince Carter.
I guess they got it again. If we get the ball to Vince, something good will happen, and we can win the game. Let's see if the 76ers come back to Allen Iverson to put the pressure on the defense of Williams and the Toronto Raptors.
Knifing to the hoop, Iverson, basket counts, and one.
Tom, I always tell you it's a simple game. If you get it to the guys that can make the shots for you, good things will always happen. Carter starts the overtime with a 3, and then a traditional three-point effort coming up for Allen Iverson, who has been praying to get to the line the entire afternoon.
He's not missed at the free throw line, 7 for 7. That's the first miss. It's only a simple game if you have an Iverson or a Carter. Toronto leads by 3.
Plenty of time left in a ball game, and so you know, if you're the 76ers and a fan of theirs, you got to see their defense react better. Clark again.
Who is this guy? Keon Clark with 22.
Maybe Denver wants to make the trade back.
Is it too late to change your mind?
They got a trade deadline coming up. Maybe they'll rescind it.
Iverson. Tough shot. People all over him. Carter even came to help out. He shot it over Williams and Carter, and he knocked it down. Allen Iverson with 45.
It's not like the steak you eat, Tom. He likes it tough. They trap in the backcourt, and they get a 20-second timeout.
He was pointing at Iverson, but he was pointing actually at the Toronto bench for calling the timeout. Here is Allen. Allen Iverson leading the Sixers back now. Timeout. They're down 3.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Tahoe. Now offering a third row of seats that's light and easier to handle than anything else out there. It's nowhere near anything. The new Chevy Tahoe. Like a rock.
Welcome, Miss Planet contestant.
Hey, Bearman!
Oh, it's the last one.
Ladies, tell me briefly why you deserve this frost-brewed Coors Light.
Because the silver can shines like a beacon of freedom.
Like the first Coors Light, I am pure and also born in the mountains.
Yes, you are.
I deserve the Coors Light. Because I said so.
We have a winner!
She's the one.
Exciting overtime game that has featured the antics of two of the game's best, Allen Iverson and Vince Carter. Iverson with 45, Carter with 34, but the Raptors with the advantage on the scoreboard, 103-100.
And Carter edging in on a triple-double. He needs 2 more assists to get the number.
37 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Clark is fouled by Ratliff.
This Cleon is pretty frisky today. They're wondering.
4th foul on Ratliff. And Oakley will inbound for Toronto. Williams drives baseline on Iverson, who falls down, and Williams hits.
A couple of big hoops here in the overtime for Alvin Williams. 4. Iverson gets up limping a little bit.
Clock approaches 2 minutes in overtime. Double of Iverson. They didn't give up the ball. Tough shot from the corner by Lynch, and then a loose ball foul on the rebound.
Aaron McKee. And you watch, I thought that Iverson was the ankle breaker, but Iverson brought both feet together. That's what knocked him down. Williams with the finish.
2 minutes left in overtime. Philadelphia 13-5 at home. They've won 4 straight here, 6 of 7. Off to their best start since the 84-85 season. Toronto's won 5 of 6, but has lost 6 straight to Philadelphia. And Carter misses the dunk, hangs on the rim, but that to prevent injury is okay.
He went the right way, didn't finish. Normally that's a big effort. Now he's got Theo Ratliff in his face.
More importantly, Toronto gets the ball back with a 5-point lead. Shot clock at 4. Clark blocked by Lynch.
Great reaction by Lynch.
Here's Iverson. Got it. Iverson rolled it through. Knifing to the basket once again with 47 points.
A big save and then a better finish by Iverson. The crowd right on the edge of their seat. Mark Jackson with a minute to play.
Jackson backing down. Then it's Clark. And Keon Clark fouled. He's only a 60% free throw shooter. He'll go to the line.
Carter this time goes to the baseline and really explodes up and hangs on to the rim as the players are underneath him. Finally lets loose and the ball came back to the 76ers after the block, and Allen Iverson with a nice little teasing finish.
He scored all 6 Philadelphia points in overtime, 47 in the game. Here's Clark. What a contest. He misses the free throw. He has 22 points and 8 rebounds, but at the line he is only 2 of 5 with 1 more coming up.
And that one looked a little tight. And he's been able to stick around with the 5 fouls.
Second one on target. That makes it 106-102 inside the final minute of overtime.
Sixers got to get a little bit quicker with their attack right now, coming to Iverson.
Carter reached in, nearly got it away. Iverson ducking up and under. Wow, what touch! What touch! It rolls in for him. He has 49 points. And the Raptors have a 2-point lead and the ball.
And there's about 15-second difference shot in the game, so the Sixers will get the ball back as a crowd chants defense.
Williams out to Jackson, 5 to shoot. And the fall away is good by Alvin Williams. Raptors by 4.
And Iverson trying to find a seam, tosses up a 3.
Off the mark, and Jackson to Carter. 2-on-1, Carter fouled and got it anyway. Oh my goodness. Ollie fouled in. It looked like there was no chance that one could go in, and somehow Carter willed it through.
And Carter was going to throw this down with a lot of authority anyway. And you could tell he was coming hard, and Ollie got him right underneath the armpit to knock him off balance. But it is Vince Carter's day.
Well, we've been saying, and Lenny Wilkins has been saying, and Vince Carter's been saying that the Raptors are playing their best basketball, starting to come together, and what a win on the floor of the 76ers, who have the best record in the league. Here's Williams with a foul, 4.8 seconds left.
Stop the clock, and they have a 6-point advantage, but he didn't want them to throw up a quick three. So when you look at the efforts of Carter versus Allen Iverson wins the individual duel, but it looks like Carter is going to win the game.
49 points Iverson, 39 Carter. Iverson just got 3 more. But it's too little too late, as the Toronto Raptors, trailing by 20 points late in the second quarter, come back to take the lead. Then they see Philadelphia push it back out, and they come back to win an overtime game in Philadelphia. So Allen Iverson with 51 points, all 10 Sixer points in overtime. Vince Carter with 39 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. A big factor in the game, Toronto's bench outscoring Philadelphia's bench 39-12. So in overtime, Toronto wins it. Coming up next, Game 3 of our triple header, the Heat and the Lakers. For Steve Jones and Lewis Johnson, Tom Hammond saying so long from Philadelphia. You've been watching the NBA on NBC.